Hi, welcome to Spanish 101, and today we're going to be talking about nouns in Spanish. So the important thing about nouns is that the biggest difference is that in Spanish, nouns have gender. Nouns can be either masculine or feminine, and definite articles and indefinite articles and some other words are going to change depending on the gender of the noun. So sometimes it's a little hard to find which one is which. So today we're going to be talking about some situations and some tips that will help you know when a noun is going to be a masculine or a feminine. So let's start with how do we know if it's a feminine or a masculine? So most masculine nouns end with an O or an E. Most feminine end with A, the ending sion, the ending tad, T-A-D, or the ending dad, D-A-D. Days of the weeks are always going to be masculine. Most professions are masculine already, so in order to change them to the feminine, we're only going to add an A at the end, and we'll see some examples. But also, an important thing is nouns also change to singular to plural. From singular to plural, they can be either or. So, in order to make masculine or feminine nouns to plural, we need to be aware of the ending of those words. So, for example, if the word that we want to change from singular to plural ends with a vowel, then we're just going to add an S at the end. Right? If it ends with a consonant, then we're going to add an ES at the end. And lastly, if it ends with a Z, we're going to take the Z out and change it to a CES to make it plural. Okay? So now let's do some examples, okay? So we talked about most of the words that end with an O are always going to be masculine. For example, we have the word, let me think, Sejong. In this case, there's no O at the end, but here we have the O, so that means it's going to be masculine. El Sejong, okay? So let's do another one. It could be carro, car. Oh, this is so fun. So car, carro, so it's going to be masculine as well. Okay. What about? Okay, so we were talking about the professions. So, for example, if we have the profession doctor, so then we're just going to add the A at the end. Doctora to make it feminine, okay? The same with professor. So in order to make it feminine, we're just going to add an A at the end. So most of the professions are already in the masculine form. We just need to add an A to make it feminine. So for the feminine, we were saying that the A, sion, tad, and verdad. Like for example, if we do manzana, apple, so it ends with an A, so then it's going to be la manzana, okay? And then we talked about the N, sion, for example, in the word acción, here we have the ending, S-I-O-N, so those words are always going to be feminine. Acción, action. What about invención, invention. So here we have the N, so also it's going to be feminine for invención. Another one that we're talking about is was the ending T-A-D. So for example, the libertad, freedom, it's going to be feminine. And then the last one was D-A-D. So for example, verdad, truth, has the D-A-D, so it's always going to be feminine, okay? Perfect, so now let's change these into the plural form, and let's remember the rules for those. So how to change singular noun to plural. If it ends with a vowel, just add an S, so here, gatos. If it ends with a vowel, add an S. Gatos, camisas, elevador. If it ends with a consonant, you need to add an ES. Elevadores. And if it ends with a Z, you take that out and change it for CES. Veces. Okay? So that's the main idea of nouns and how to recognize if they are masculine or feminine, and how to change them into plural. This is really important because, like we said at the beginning, in Spanish, every noun is going to have a gender. So it's important for you to recognize and know if it's masculine or feminine. Most of it is going to come to you because of memorization, and that's good. But also this will exercise your mind and just to remember that some of these things have genders.